Hi everybody, Zach Rex, and welcome back to another episode of the Apothecary Diaries. Today we're checking out episode 3 and 4 of season 2, and last time we already had conspiracy get started in the show. These groups of people in caravans came to the palace to sell different clothing and sell items. It's a big deal, and it seems to happen about once a year or so, but this is the first time Maomao's experiencing it, and it seems to be directed towards Lady Kyokyo. It seems like these caravan people are only selling items that would kind of reveal her pregnancy to the public, and a lot of the smells and aromas in the fabric are known to cause miscarriages and things like that. And this was all discovered in the last episode. They mentioned that a concubine that we don't really know did pass away from poison or something like that. So we're going to find out more details on all of this as we move forward with the show. But it's very intriguing, very exciting, and more of this needs to play out before Maomao can kind of have any formal guesses of what's going to be happening and figure this all out. But I'm excited. I'm here for the ride, guys. We're going to get started and dive right into the show. I'm already enjoying the season a lot, so let's get started. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, it means a lot that you're here, and if you haven't already, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel for more reactions coming soon. We also have a Patreon where you can help support this channel, so feel free to check it out. The link is in the description below. And thank you to those of you that have already done so. On Patreon, you can view this episode reaction for just $1 a month. It's unedited and unfiltered. It means so much to me if you consider, so please do if you can. And here we go with episode 3 of season 2 of the Apothecary Diaries. Let's go. Again, as typical fashion, we go right into the credits. I'm enjoying these credits a little bit more and more each time, and as I was kind of guessing I would. It's still probably my least favorite of the 3, but I feel like that might change over time. So I don't know. It is good. I'm not saying it's bad by any means. It's a good opening. I love this opening. But it's right up there. Like, all 3 are awesome. But as far as like the song and grooviness, like I think it's 2, 1, and 3 are my current rankings. But it's good. Just grooving, guys. We also had a cat. I think it shows up in the opening credits at some point. But there it is right there. Okay, so we have this cat. It's named Maomao, of course, which is just funny, and I love that it didn't turn into a mystery of like where this cat came from. The narrator that kind of pops in from time to time was basically just like, this was never discovered, the whereabouts of the origins, but they just kind of move on. So it's not anything we're supposed to dwell on. It's a cute cat, and I'm hoping it shows up randomly in scenes. Whether it does anything more or actually helps Maomao discover something, like that remains to be seen, but it's going to be fun and exciting to say the least, guys. So I'm here for it, and yeah, it's going to be good stuff, guys. I'm excited. Yeah, this is really catchy. The more I think about it, I'm like, oh gosh. Yeah, there's also another friend kind of joining in the team here, so there's like a trio now. All right, let's go.
I'll go inform her. Yes.
Concubine Jean. She's gone.
Word just reached me that food poisoning was to blame.
It's so tragic. She has been bedridden for about a year now.
Okay, so we're not supposed to know who this is, but
Master Jinshi
they all know her.
Please show him in.
Episode 27, guys.
I should let her concentrate. A court lady has gone missing?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Her name's Tao. She was a well-behaved girl and a hard worker.
A respected court lady goes missing without so much as a goodbye to anyone in the court?
There it is.
Do you have any theories where she might have gone?
I wish, but unfortunately no.
Looks like an outdoor tea party. It would arouse suspicion if she always stayed indoors. Both the venue and her clothes have been carefully chosen, but I'm sure some have realized she's expecting. The problem is, do those people have good intentions or malicious ones?
Ah, I see you're back.
Yeah, it got brought up in the last
Maomao,
episode that
come here.
maybe it's connected to the people that tried to assassinate
may I
Jinshi in
serve
season
you?
1. It could
Not
be the
me,
same group of
this one.
people. We don't know that for sure.
Well, shall we head in?
And we don't know if
I don't see the
Kyokyo is
harm
the
in you
target
staying.
or if
Why
this
don't you
entire
talk here,
palace is
over
the target,
tea?
and they're just kind of
Okay,
zeroing
but
in
I
on
mustn't
her at the
spend too
moment.
much
So
time with the
a lot
Emperor's
more needs to
beloved.
kind of unfold before we can
Besides, listen.
really figure out what's going on here.
Oh dear.
Well, my lady, seems you're needed elsewhere.
This is still in the early planning phase, but I was envisioning something like this being made.
Oh,
A
library?
penmanship school, as the populace
school.
would call it.
For educating the servant girls. I knew he was up to something. I love it.
Wait, where's
Where's your signature stare?
Lie down while I go fetch the doctor.
Maomao is all about female empowerment and
Masochist.
growing them as, you know, society,
So, what do you think?
making them more
Frankly,
equal. Like,
there
it's
is
what
quite a
needs to
demand
happen.
for
It's
it.
what should
Nice
happen.
work.
So I'm surprised that they're
And it would help some
expecting
find
her
new
to be
jobs
against
after
all
their
that.
tenure is up.
Perfect.
Also, just a suggestion, but you might call it vocational training instead. If you frame it as a means of earning a living, you'll attract more people.
You think
She's so
that'll work?
smart, man.
An occasional snack might be good as well.
Oh, there is one more thing. Mushrooms. How much do you know about them?
A bit.
I know everything
I am aware
there
they
is to
can
know
be
about
used for food
mushrooms.
and some medicines. Why is it you ask?
At this time of year, there are court ladies that forage for them without permission and get food poisoning.
I suppose you find gluttons anywhere you go.
I want you to find and dispose of any that might get mistakenly eaten, and take note of any poisonous mushrooms you do find. You'll take a break from all other Jade Pavilion tasks, besides tasting.
Seems like something big's going on. But sounds fun.
I'm wondering, like, does she know
So
about
where
that
should I
death?
go looking
Like,
first?
are they playing it off
The
and keeping it
gardens, orchards,
away from her,
pine
or
trees.
is it just
There are
like
tons
we're
of
moving
places
on,
mushrooms
you know,
can
and
grow.
we just know that
And
somebody
this is
got
the prime
poisoned, you know?
season
I
for
don't know.
them. If court ladies are foraging in secret, I can skip the more popular spots, and the south side in general. To the north I go. Huh? What's that smell? It stings a little. Is this the weird smell Shisui mentioned before? If there is sewage leaking nearby, it could be feeding the mushrooms. Oh hey, welcome back!
Oh, you smell.
You're the definition of nasty! My apologies for being late.
We're sorry if you had to rush through your chores.
No. They're wearing black ribbons on their wrists.
I will be going out after dinner, and would like for you to accompany me.
Looks like someone noble passed away within the rear palace.
All right, she has no idea. Wonder why they're keeping it hush-hush, though. Like, you feel like Jinshi would have
The noble's
told
a
her when they
concubine named
talked
Jean.
earlier. Like,
She's an upper middle.
they've been through a lot. They have this open
And the
communication, I
daughter
feel
of a
like.
dignitary. For the past year, she's been sick from food poisoning and never left her room. It would have been much better if she had just gone home.
The way that you're talking, it's rare to hear you be so blunt about someone.
Concubine Jean was a little difficult, personality-wise. She was very jealous of the other consorts and court ladies. She would attack them verbally, sometimes even physically if they were lower class. I heard over at their pavilion, there was constant turmoil, and even her ladies-in-waiting were having a rough time. Truth is, I'm a bit relieved she's gone. If something were to happen to Lady Gyokyo again.
I guess that's Lady
Man,
Hongyun's
that's
honest
all-
take. I can appreciate
Just
that.
this whole story just kind of opened up wide,
Apparently,
man.
she never did make a full recovery.
And take note of any poisonous mushrooms you do find.
So many questions. Like why Master Jinshi asked me to investigate mushrooms. And why did he insist on discussing it away from Lady Gyokyo's presence? It can only be because he's suspicious of the people at the Jade Pavilion. And
Possibly.
thinks one of us poisoned concubine Jean. Lady Gyokyo can't be the culprit. Poisoning is way too much trouble. And the other ladies in waiting aren't built for that kind of subterfuge. So the prime suspect would be... Oh, me.
Oh,
If he was trying to gauge my reaction while fronting
Maybe-
it as a
okay,
request
that's
to
why he didn't
investigate
tell her.
mushrooms, I'm proud
She's
of him
under
and
the
not least
microscope
bit
now.
Disappointed.
Take this, please.
Hmm? Is she concubine Jean's lady in waiting? Did she get a rash from something?
Please.
But that inflammation is... If I had heard what her symptoms were sooner, I might have been able to help.
Concubine son! No, you mustn't!
Finally, you got what you deserved.
wow.
And those scars on her face.
Mushrooms. How much do you know about them?
And even
This
her
is
ladies in
all
waiting were
connected,
having
man.
a rough time.
So that's what Master Jinshi was trying to find out. The woman who caused a scene last night was a low-ranking concubine named Son. She's from a wealthy merchant family and had charm. The Emperor even visited her from time to time. However,
The Emperor
almost
gets
2
around.
years ago,
I thought he was just visiting the four, you know, but he's been visiting a lot.
she contracted a mysterious illness, and talks were raised to remove her as a concubine. But even if she went home, she wouldn't be able to marry. She believed concubine Jean was to blame for her illness.
Bet that's
I
it.
found you.
That looks poisonous.
Both of you, please wear this.
All these precautions?
For this kind of poison, yes.
Wow. Okay, it really is poisonous.
This thing? Where did you find it?
In the forest to the north, ingesting the smallest fragment can be lethal, and it can cause irreparable damage to the skin just by touching it. I suggest you don't move any closer, or you'll end up like concubines Jean, Son, and me.
Oh, jeez.
Years back, I encountered the very same mushroom when I was foraging for herbs with my dad.
You touched it?
Yes, I washed my arm off immediately. This remained.
Under those bandages, are there more scars?
I just realized I never showed him before. Right now, that's not important.
What, isn't it?
Concubine Jean was covered in rashes. Additionally, she had lost a lot of hair.
You see, 2 years ago, concubine Son fell ill. We suspected poison was the cause. As for the culprit, the rumor going around was...
Jean, right?
Well done. We didn't have enough definitive proof at the time. But about 1 year ago, the same symptoms appeared on her face. She must have tried using the poison on someone else and touched it by mistake. From that point on,
Wow.
she became depressed and was a different person. I went to see her at least once a month, but she could barely even speak. She was a proud woman who had enough and committed suicide by poison. That's the testimony of the women that served her anyway.
Wonder if the women were like, I've had enough of you, and they poisoned her in
Concubine
retaliation
Jean died
or
from eating
something.
the poison mushroom, yes?
Correct.
That doesn't make any sense. This mushroom causes stomach aches, vomiting, and paralysis if it's consumed. And while there would be inflammation inside the mouth, I've never heard of it spreading to the rest of the face before.
Are you sure?
No doubt. It was clear when I saw her face. The inflammation had occurred rather recently. Almost like someone had rubbed it on her face. Her hands were immaculate, as opposed to someone else's.
Oh,
If you have something to say...
man, she needs to just be a detective, not an apothecary.
I require a few days to research. Also, I'll need a few eunuchs who can keep a secret and are capable of physical labor.
I wonder if it's like she wants to figure this out because she wants to know the why of it all. And if she feels like the why is justified, would she then present her
Would you
findings?
please begin
Or would she
digging in
omit
this spot?
stuff?
Yes, understood.
I don't know. I feel like she's kind of done that before a little bit, you know, just to kind of bring peace to somebody.
So this smell was from...
Oh, the body.
This is the evidence you were after?
Yes, but I didn't expect I would find it on our first try.
The corpse. It's confirmed to be concubine Jean's. The emblems on the accessories had matched hers.
I can't be certain if it was an accident or murder, but she must have died about a year ago.
Right
Oh.
around the time she fell ill.
Correct.
So they had
After
a
she
double?
was buried in the forest, an imposter went on living as her.
Then...
And that's
the
why she
body
never
at the
spoke,
funeral.
because it'd be given away.
Have you heard about the lady missing from court? There was a woman named Tao. She vanished right before her marriage. Don't you think she looks a lot like concubine Jean?
It is all connected.
I asked around, and apparently even their builds were similar. Nobody would be able to tell, except maybe the servants. It wouldn't have been too difficult to trick a monthly visitor. This
Jeez.
is my own conjecture, but jealousy was to blame. Concubine Jean probably didn't enjoy the fact that a court lady who looked like her found love. Tao was often abused. Perhaps an argument ensued, followed by an accident. Either way, Concubine Jean didn't survive. Out of self-preservation or sympathy for Tao, the ladies-in-waiting suggested covering up the death. As talks of marriage increased, keeping up the Imposter Act became too difficult.
Wow.
Enough of that. The higher-ups will invent whatever motives they want.
All right. But just how did you discover where the body was buried?
There was evidence left behind.
Mushrooms! I noticed the variety I found in the area are all kinds that prefer growing on animal carcasses and excrement. No wonder there was that peculiar rotting smell out there. Who would have thought that I was enjoying mushroom hunting right on top of a corpse? I'll have you know all my
They're
plants
mine.
are super interesting.
Even if they grow on corpses.
It's not as if they literally grow on them like the caterpillar fungus. And besides, if they did, they'd be called corpse fungi instead of...
Confiscate them!
Aw. All that work and she gets no reward. She gets a single mushroom.
A mushroom that grows on a corpse. If it does exist, what would it look like? And what effects would it have?
Man, this was a good episode. And I loved her final thoughts on all that. That was cool. I'm just gushing, man. This is good. This is really fun to figure out, and just like how she figured it out. That was awesome. We're going into the next one, guys. We're going to see one more, episode 4, and here we go. All right, guys. This is episode 4 of season 2. 28 overall.
Take a look at this, Maomao.
Wow, it's really such a gorgeous mirror. Can you tell what it's made of, Maomao?
Glass, I presume.
Yes, correct.
Look how clear it is. It's like there's 2 of her.
Making mirrors out of glass is an extremely difficult process. They can only be
Man, we
imported
take
from the
mirrors
West,
for
meaning
granted
they're
today, but
expensive.
this is a
If I
pretty
accidentally
new
shattered
thing in this
they would
era,
have
you know?
every right to
That's
chop my
crazy.
head off.
We used to have a glass hand mirror a while ago, but Ingwa here went and broke it. Please never bring that up again.
If we could mass produce these domestically, we'd make a fortune.
Well then, get on it.
She's onto something.
This mirror is actually a gift, a recent present from a foreign envoy.
I think they just gave one out to all the other high-ranking consorts.
I would suggest that you watch your
Is this a
tongue.
conspiracy too?
Including concubine Gyokyo, there are 4 high-ranking concubines a special envoy would have to treat fairly. Whether it was over the desert or by sea, bringing 4 enormous mirrors this distance was no easy task. If they went through all that for the concubines, they might be trying to start a big business deal with our nation.
May I have a moment?
Maybe it's a way to
Yes,
get
of
their
course.
foot in the
I'm more
door
than happy to
so they
help.
could scheme and do something else that
particular
they actually want to
matter
do.
has
I don't
come
know.
up I would like
I don't
to
know.
hear
I'm not
your opinion on.
buying
My
this
lady,
as genuine.
May I borrow this room?
Sure, but as for the topic at hand, does it require such discretion?
There is an acquaintance of mine who is very concerned. They are a wealthy family with 2 daughters. The girls are close in years and appearance. Both were loved deeply by their parents. But when they came of age, their mother and father became overprotective of them. They were never allowed to leave the house. A lady-in-waiting monitored them while they spent their days in their home. This lady-in-waiting felt sorry for them and let the girls out occasionally. But their father found out. He stationed male servants outside to watch them. With nothing else to do, the daughters spent all their time embroidering. One day,
Father, my little sister, she's carrying the child of a wizard.
Oh, a wizard.
Couldn't the lady-in-waiting have simply sneaked them out again?
not her. The lady had already been fired to serve as a fair warning to others. And the new lady-in-waiting didn't interact much at all with the daughters.
Okay, so the
Well,
old
then,
lady in the
It
waiting
would be improper,
might.
but
I was thinking it
What
might
about
be
the
having
serving men?
like a revenge
Did
type of
they-
angle, but I don't
No,
think
that
so.
would be difficult as well.
I'm looking at the
I
new
was
men
informed the men
stationed
weren't allowed to
around
approach the
guarding
room,
her.
even while
Guarding
monitoring
her.
them.
I
I
use
have to
lightly
admit,
with that
it's quite
word.
a conundrum. And it's outside my realm of knowledge.
If she
Yes,
actually has a
she soon
child,
began
I'm
missing her
guessing
periods and her
that
breasts
it's
and
one of the
stomach
men
started to
who are
grow.
supposed to be guarding
A
her,
strongly held
and
belief has
that
a
because of
powerful
the
effect on the body.
girls are so sheltered, they don't know anything
you
about
be
the
certain the
outside
younger
world.
daughter was even
So
pregnant?
this guy must have presented himself
well,
as a wizard or as a
let's just
magical
say we're
being,
sure.
and that's how he's like inserting
What's
his
not
way. Like,
clear
oh, if you want to
is how
come
was she able to
outside, you got to
successfully
do this.
sneak
You
past
got to
all of the
lay with me or
surveillance?
whatever.
Would you happen to
I don't know. We're gonna see how this
precisely
plays
how
out.
both of the daughters were being monitored every day?
Yes. Here's a diagram. The only way in or out is the corridor on the west side. There are windows on the east and south walls, but servant men were watching those.
Were they able to see fully inside the room?
No. But the daughters were often doing needlework by the window. Their family came from a pastoral culture.
He's being evasive. Sounds like he's hiding something important from us. The windows on the south and west seem to be in the same room, while the daughters have separate bedrooms for themselves. Is he really talking about an acquaintance of his? Probably shouldn't bring it up, should I?
Master Jinshi sends apologies. He knows there was a delay delivering the Ox Bezor.
Right! He hasn't handed it over yet. I didn't want another headbutt, so I kept my mouth closed, but it's been ages.
She's happy.
Hello there.
Now then, did you notice anything peculiar?
Yes, but first, please give me a moment or two to prepare.
So right now, guys, I'm thinking, okay, the two windows that the men are watching are kind of
Let's
like
say that these nuts are
looking
the
at
two
the
daughters.
same room.
The circles on the map. This is where they always sit.
The two girls are
That's
so
right.
identical looking. What's
There are
to
two
say
servants,
that
and
each
they
man
always walk
is
through the
not
same
looking
spots
at the
every
same
day,
girl
yes. But what
and
if
not realizing it?
there happens to be a mirror in the room?
Oh, a mirror.
It does appear as if there's another nut.
Let us pretend. Consider if there was a large mirror.
Oh, a
placed
mirror in
here,
play, man.
near
I
the
didn't
east
think of
window.
that.
It would be a good distance away from the watcher, and hard to tell, even if it looked a bit unnatural.
You're saying there was only one girl in the room, while in reality the other was just a reflection of the first daughter.
Okay, so maybe I was onto something there.
You said they looked similar, which would have made it difficult
That
for
would
the
have
watchers
freed
to
the other
tell either
girl
of
to
them apart.
go do
Sure,
something.
but Maomao, there's still the needlework. It would have been obvious if they were working on different embroideries.
If you would take this image, for example. Now when I flip this picture upside down, see the expression. It suddenly resembles a frown.
Optical
So
illusions.
you're saying their needlework was part of the escape plan?
Whatever design the two of them were working on.
Is it a duck or is it a
could look
bunny?
Like a different image when seen through a mirror.
Clever girl.
I suppose if they
Clever
used that
girl.
method, it would be possible to leave unnoticed.
Reference to Jurassic Park, if
The
you
large
catch my
mirrors
drift
the
there.
foreign envoy brought had breathtaking craftsmanship. From a distance, it would be hard to tell reflection from reality. I'm doubting the accuracy. Was she really with child, or was she carrying a different secret?
Oh.
Still, the sordid and suspicious
Plot
aren't
thickens.
all that uncommon in high society. Best not to snare oneself by wading too deep into reedy waters.
An otherworldly beauty who weeps ephemeral pearls instead of tears?
Yes. The official from the welcoming party has asked I find her.
Master, it is within your power to just refuse.
I know that. As if the mirrors weren't enough. What exactly do these envoys think they're playing at? Have you ever heard of a strange otherworldly beauty who weeps pearls in place of tears? And they say she was like a moon fairy. Stunningly beautiful, almost inhumanly so. When she danced, the light itself danced with her. And when she cried, the tears turned to pearls as they fell from her face. It's said she worked in the pleasure district as a courtesan. Apparently, as a child, the envoy's grandfather would regale them with the tale of the moon fairy over and over. It's their wish to meet this fabled dancer, and they've asked for my help.
Curious, but to have come from their grandfather, the tale must be old.
Yes, 50 years old. I must search even so.
50 years ago, a dancer from the pleasure district, Moon Fairy.
It's going to be like her
Obviously, this
grandma
was
or something.
Several decades ago, so there's no way to tell if she's even still alive.
She's alive.
Dude, it could be.
What? Are you sure?
Grandma's a character. It just dawned on
Yes,
me.
quite
Like, wait.
sure. In truth, you yourself
If it's
could
not
well
her,
attest
she
to
might
that
know
fact.
who it is.
You've met her.
I've met her?
Indeed.
I don't remember meeting anyone matching the provided description.
She doesn't exactly scream delicate lunar fairy these days.
Don't tell me it actually is her.
I'm afraid so.
Oh, it is. Oh my god.
Runs the Verdigris
I'm
house.
learning, guys. I'm learning. That Maomao intuition
kind of
inside me
person
is
is
finally clicking.
All the envoy knows is that the subject in question is from a 50-year-old tale. Why not find some other woman to play the part?
Find them where? We already threw them a party filled with that type of courtesan.
Did any of these true beauties at least manage to impress with their overnight skills?
Maomao, please!
No, we couldn't accommodate that. For the envoy is female.
Huh. Could that be why they went to Master Jinshi in the first place? He's possessed of a beauty that would captivate anyone, and he's technically male. Add in his uncanny grace, and one might easily think he was half fae. That could prove problematic, though. What if she mistakes his political seductions for personal and bids him spend the night? He couldn't deliver. Of course, to occupy the position of
Or
special
could he?
envoy as a woman, one would hope she's endowed with at least a modicum of self-restraint. Just how important is this ally anyway?
They control all the northern and western trading points, if that makes it clear. The recent caravan size is no novelty.
Thank you for coming all the way out here.
Well, I had to come see what all the fuss was about, didn't I? The decor leaves much to be desired, no? And not even a cup of tea.
This is just a receiving room of sorts. So, old lady, have you ever entertained a foreign
Old lady.
envoy in the past?
Yes, I have in fact. Must have been over 50 years ago now. In those days, the city was little more than a town built on an ancient ruin, but its history attracted many visitors. The decision was made to turn this cultural location into the nation's capital. And as new as the city was, it lacked the splendor of a castle and had nowhere to welcome important guests. Desperate for some place to host visiting dignitaries, they settled on a part with a plaza from an age-long past, boasting a pretty pond, a few buildings, and an orchard.
Wait, an orchard? That overgrown tangle of trees I saw on the north side of the rear palace the other day?
I was rather tall and had a very curvy body to
Oh my.
accentuate the fact.
It does make sense to put forth someone with a more robust build as the main dancer.
And despite my vigilance, the envious still managed to enact their petty vengeance on me that night, rubbing insect carcasses into the fabric of my robe. But I wasn't beaten so easily. I directed the movement of my outfit to hide it. The audience was entranced by my masterful maneuvering, and the saboteurs
Smart.
enraged.
What an incredible painting. I've never seen this before. It must be truly precious to the old vulture. Who would have thought this mesmerizing beauty would become such a haggard penny pincher?
I was joking, man.
This
It's just
beautiful
shocking to me
painting
that
was
that's
commissioned
actually
at the
her.
request of the diplomat there shortly after he had returned home. Said he had seen a moon goddess or something.
Ah, I see. Must be more an impressionistic painting then.
What are you mumbling about there?
I didn't say a thing.
Ugh. Sadly, that was the last
I feel like
time
she'd
the
get a
envoy
kick
ever
out
set
of
foot on
knowing
that.
her
That
story
painting he sent to me was by
carried
the
on
caravan.
through the ages, you know? Like,
But you were
people
just plying your craft as you'd done 1,000 times
far,
before,
far
right,
away
Granny?
were still
What
talking
was it
about her
that time
as
that touched him?
How should I
this
know
moon
why it is
goddess,
that the
you know?
wind blows?
That's cool.
While she shrunk with age, the old lady claims she was 175 centimeters tall back then.
That is uncharacteristically tall.
Indeed, as skilled as she was, her long limbs played an indispensable part in accentuating her dance.
That may be, but to find a tall woman of matching beauty is no small feat. Quite a rare breed.
The envoys themselves happen to be a fairly tall stock.
You said envoys, right? Meaning there's more than one of them?
Yes, they are cousins who share the same grandfather.
I think it's relatively safe to assume that the envoys are at least passingly pretty as well. So we have to find someone who's more than 175 centimeters tall, whose exceeding beauty is itself enough to impress the beautiful... I know someone, a perfectly suitable candidate. Someone who's both beautiful and meets the height requirement. Quite close.
What are you suggesting?
Collecting bugs. Moon Fairy. Do fairies have tails? Oh man, I miss Fairy Tale. All right, anyway, guys, this episode was very open-ended. Like we have more to do with the new plots that have been introduced in this one, and I'm excited for it. I'm gonna try and watch these credits because I keep talking over them and missing it. So I want to kind of study these a little bit because I haven't really done that yet. And then I'll kind of share real quick about what I maybe hope to see and what might be happening in the future episodes. There's our moon, of course, so the moonlight, and so maybe this might be like a story arc that carries multiple episodes. That's when they went to town, kind of got undercover. I wonder if they'll do that again, because that was really fun. Or if they're just kind of reminiscing. Tormented over the thoughts that they each have, I'm sure. Or no, he's sleeping, he's dreaming, maybe. Waking up to see the real thing in front of him. And there she is. And now he's happy. Because that's all he really wants, is her in his life. Alright, that was a fun ending credits. Let's see a little preview. Okay, we're finally going to meet that blonde that's in the credits. I feel like she's going to be the envoy, like one of the... Oh, no, wait, there's two of them. Okay, maybe they're the sisters. I don't know. We're going to find out together, guys. This could go any way. I have no idea. I don't know the story. I don't know anything. So this is all totally blind. I'm going into this, guys. But yeah, we have this tale of the two sisters. The one got pregnant. That's going to be a story, I think, that carries over into the next episode at least, maybe more. And maybe it's one of those blonde, the blonde, maybe that's her. Maybe that's the sisters. I don't know. I was thinking that it's going to be the envoy because they're showing her right alongside of the other concubines. So I feel like maybe she's going to have this high importance. Maybe she's going to be this fifth one that kind of comes in. I don't know. I have no idea, guys. But maybe it's the sister from that story. Maybe it's the envoy from this other side story. Like, I don't know. We have two things going on top of this whole big conspiracy that is kind of like encompassing all of it. So I feel like it's all connected, but we got to kind of watch more to connect the dots. And I'm excited, man. We're just getting started. We're only 4 episodes into the season 2, and I am super excited to see more, guys. Hopefully you are as well. We'll be doing more episode reactions each Friday, so be on the lookout for that on the channel. My goal is to get them out to you about 1 o'clock Eastern time, if not sooner. So be on the lookout. Like I said, in the meantime, guys, please drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this episodes and this reaction. I'd love to chat with you guys down in the comments, and we'll be back soon for the next episodes. Like I said, thanks again for watching. Have a great one, and we will see you next time.